Alright, what's up guys? So, Body Cam Edition has uploaded a video titled When a Racist Neighbor Finally Meets Karma. Yeah, I see this and I was like, nah, let me go ahead, check this out, see what it's all about and things. But anyways, yeah, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Body Cam Edition for more videos like this. And, check out all their other content. But with that being said, let's see how this goes down.
Not me, Daniel! A big black man hitting me, it is traumatic. And it is racial.
On December 9th, 2021, officers were dispatched to a neighborhood in response to reports of a disorderly individual.
Get your vehicle off my private property!
Ma'am, stop yelling! Stop yelling!
Go pay for
Stop
it.
yelling so I can address the situation. Please. Please stop yelling so I can address what's going on. I'm here. Please stop yelling. Please.
Sir, it's my property.
Okay, I understand
It's like,
that.
damn, did you not hear
stop
this
yelling.
cop?
Please stop yelling.
They're blocking my
Okay, can you see me? Can you please stop yelling?
I'm gonna report you for police
She-
misconduct.
Stop yelling.
I'm telling you something, man. She's not going to she gonna pay and
It's
she's
crazy
gonna-
how, like, neighbors, they could just be carrying on like that. They don't see the wrong with what they doing and how they're acting. Yeah, I get it. Somebody shouldn't be parked in front of your house. At least if they are, they should ask permission and stuff. But it's like, you carry it on like that. I'm saying at the end of the day, yeah, it's like all they got to do is just drive off. As soon as they see that cop's gone, then they come back in front of your house and they start doing things. It's like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I get it. My thing is this, all right? I guess if I'm in a situation like hers and somebody parks in front of my house, I'm like, hey, look, I find whoever it is that owns that car. I'm like, hey, look, I got some people that's coming over. Can you park the car somewhere else? If they like, no, I'm like, all right. I'm like, if that's how that game's gonna go, that's how that game's gonna go. Gonna walk off, find a tow truck company, and I'm like, damn, maybe I feel like then they probably see like, nah, he walked off way too calm about that. Let's go ahead and move this car because he seemed like the type he might do something. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like if they don't move, call a tow truck. That's honestly to eliminate a cop, to him getting upset, you going to jail, all that stuff. So.
Close the window, ma'am.
No, she's drunk.
We gonna make a long story short. She damaged our property. Her husband said he'll pay for it. As long as he pay for it, we ain't got no problem.
Okay.
Now the other night she came out the house with a gun on my children. We reported that. Now tonight she scratched up the cars. Now he said he'll pay for it. There he is. And if he pay for it,
That's your wife, sir?
Yes.
we ain't got no problems.
I was just trying to settle her down because I can't think with all of the yelling going on.
She just what she put on my car just now.
Terrorist threats.
In front of my home, you move your filthy car, I will burn you next time. Wow,
I told you the other
that's
night.
crazy.
Right here, this
Yeah, I see the scratching on that one.
and right up here. She keyed my car.
And that car dusty? Or no, that's condensation. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, dang.
When did this happen?
She threw a bag of
Last
dust
night.
on the car?
Last night.
I'm like, that's just flat out petty. I'm like, nah, I definitely would call the cops on some stuff like that. I'm like, okay, for one, I don't know how you acquire a bag of dust, but I'm like, she dumped down my car, and I want her to get life in prison behind that. How dare you throw a bag of dust on my car? That's so like, you purposely trying to get me to sneeze, get my nose all stuffy, I'm just going at my ear and stuff. I'm like, no, that's just flat out pettiness. No, that's like, so that's some villainous stuff right
I
there.
seen her. Now that boy husband, he said he'll pay for the damage.
It's our second time, the last time.
As long as he write a check and pay for it, we good to go.
And this right here is terrorist threats right here. That's a felony.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying? If she's not arrested for terrorist threats, then what? When she kills somebody, then y'all gonna sit there and say, "Oh, we didn't know."
This the
You that's
second
a damn
time.
lie, you
I
know.
will burn
That's
you.
facts.
She threatened to put-
I see it. Give me a second. Let me talk with him for a second and let my other officer get here on scene.
Okay.
What's going on with your wife?
No, it's a mental health issue. It's as simple as that. She's been in the hospital for about a year. She's been out for the last 2.5 years. A couple nights ago was the first issue that she's really had with anyone. It was heartbreaking. And so was this. I
Like,
don't really know what
best thing for this guy, I'm like, if he truly does love her, then I'm like, yeah, that is something where it's like, you need to step in when she start carrying on like that, because she is going to take somebody's life. That's one thing about it. It's like, she got mental health issues. if there's people out there making her upset, I'm like, yeah, she's definitely gonna take somebody's life. So it's like he is gonna have to step in and, you know, do some stuff, prevent her from, you know, going out there and carrying on like that and things. But if not that, then it's like, you know, divorce her. Best thing that you can do in a situation where it's like she gonna, because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like he could have went out there, them people have been like, nah, you associated with her, so we gonna jump you, and now he's out there fighting for his life because of what she done did. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, yeah, I would definitely recommend, you know, you get her some professional help. Maybe her being arrested, that might get her to calm down, so to prevent, you know, any other situations. If and then to them neighbors, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, call an Uber, I guess, you know, to if you like visiting somebody, or if you live out there, then yeah, do your best to, I guess, like, you know, park in front of your house and things. But if there ain't enough room, avoid parking in front of her house, I guess, you know. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like avoid her at all costs, you know, because yeah, she's somebody where it's like she'll besides this moment, she's definitely gonna face some more karma. It's like, nah, you can't go out there, threaten people, scratch at their cars. And then it sounds like they one of them said that she aimed a gun at their kids and stuff. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, she needs to be arrested, and she needs to be far away from things like this, because yeah, she is gonna mess around and take somebody's life.
A few years ago, she had a diagnosis, but when she was released from the hospital, she didn't have a diagnosis. She's on probation right now. Yeah, it's just real heartbreaking.
Can you tell me about this stuff here?
I'm worrying about it right now. I'm ready to go to bed, and next thing I know, I hear the door opening, and I'm like, what's going on? She's out here. So I guess she put that sign on the car, and then she started screaming about no parking in the house.
You saw her, you were aware when she was outside, or did you know when she came outside and started doing any of this?
Well, I heard the door open, and I came to the front, and I saw her out here, and I said, what are you doing? What are you doing out here? Get back inside. And then she started screaming.
So he didn't even know. It's like, so yeah, that dang, man, that's messed up. Yeah, she definitely done put him in a, and it's like, that's just something where I'm about like, man, that's money coming out of my pocket, you know, out here damaging people's cars and stuff. It's like, just tell them to move. And it's like, if they move, they move. If they don't, then call a tow truck and be like, hey, there's these cars parked out in front of my house. It's just something where I'm like, yeah, that I feel kind of bad for the husband and stuff, because it's like he don't deserve that.
I got her back inside eventually.
This is Mr. Smith. He's the resident of this home. When I got here, while he was down here with them, they basically, you know, talked. He said he's willing to pay for the damage that she caused. He said she has some mental issues that she's been suffering through, not diagnosed with anything. When I got here, she was in the window right here yelling, and, you know, I kind of yelled back for her to calm down so I can figure out what's going on. So when I get out here, she pulled a, was it a knife?
No, a gun. Last night in front of the police, she told her son to get the machine gun, the AR-15, and kill all these niggas out here. In front of the police, that's a terroristic threat. Y'all say, well, the only thing they're going to do is fingerprint her and let her go because it's a misdemeanor. When a terroristic threat becomes a misdemeanor, that's a felony. They go to evidence right there again tonight when she threatened to goddamn burn everybody up, killing them, burning everybody up. But y'all going to sit there and say, oh, no.
For my sister-in-law.
So you got the note right here on the car. As you know, the car isn't in violation of anything. It's not blocking nobody's mailbox. It's not blocking nobody's driveway.
Okay, officer, look here.
So you got the note. She wrote this threat.
Just
yeah,
now.
but it's like people, they trip about stuff like that, parking. That's why I'm like, you know, if you go visit somebody, or if you live in an area where parking is kind of, you know, it's kind of tight and things, definitely see about, I guess, like, you know, keeping as much space as you possibly can in your garage so you can park your car in your garage. If not that, driveway, or park in front of your house. But if it's a situation where, I guess, because I've seen some houses where it'd be like close to another house, so I guess, I don't know, maybe try to be cool with the neighbor, so at least then it's like, you know, and then see one day, be like, hey, can I park my car right here? If they say, yeah, sure, you know, we cool, we buddies, it's like, you know, we be hanging out, then it's like, okay, cool, then you got a parking spot. But that's if you can't park in your garage or in your driveway. But eliminate from parking in front of people's homes, like people that you don't know, unless it's a neighbor that you cool with. Then yeah, because it's like there's at times where it's like you can't really park nowhere else besides. So it's like I guess like ask that too, and I feel like that could go a long way. Where if you knock on the people's door, and if they answer, they're like, hey, parking is kind of scarce, wherever and things. Is it okay if I park here for a couple of hours? Something like that. If a neighbor does that, I'm like, yeah, sure, bro, you good. It's like, I do have some people that's gonna be coming over and things. So, just if you are over in that place, I'll just come let you know. I'm like, hey, people that like live at this house, they here now, and then you'll just have to go from there and things. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's I just feel like as long as everybody's just cool with everybody, things like this can be eliminated. But
people was coming out and they caught her doing
I know there was an issue between you guys. I don't remember when.
It wasn't me.
No, the other officers.
I know there's people out there. They have that entitlement. I've dealt with neighbors like that too. They park in front of your house, and then it's like, hey, there's people that's gonna be, here and stuff. Because I just remember that when I was a kid, and this neighbor, she parks in front of the house. My sister goes out there and tell her, like, hey, look, my parents is going to be parking here. You're going to have to move your car. She had more than enough space in her driveway. But she's like, no, I'm allowed to park here. I don't think you are, but all right, yeah, sure. You want to play that game? So, no, I'm like, that's like the true definition of teamwork. My parents, they went and got both of their cars, parked it like literally inches within the back of the woman's car and in the front of the woman's car, and she had no choice but to move her car at that point. And it's like, yeah, and it's like, especially you got a lot of angry people going off on you and stuff, and that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, and then then my mom alone, she'll choke slam you, so it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, fam. It's best to move that car. Do not be that type of neighbor where it's like, oh, I could park anywhere I want. Do not be that type of neighbor. That's one of those things where it's like all you gonna do is just have more issues with yourself. So do not be that neighbor. If a person asks you to move, be all like, my bad, I didn't realize I was blocking people and all that stuff. I won't park here no more. Go on about my business. But anyway,
They told us you wasn't here. They told us pretty much that it was known that she has a mental issue, that they cannot take her to jail because of COVID, that we did not have her on video with the gun or anything. They said there was no guns in the house, so they cannot do nothing. Said it's good that we just keep a paper trail on her, so if something does happen, then y'all already know that we have been calling.
Look like she took something to crack my top right there. As long as he pay for my stuff, I ain't got no problem.
What do you estimate this damage is going to come to?
This top probably $900.
Okay.
Now over here, to paint the side of this car, they got to paint the whole side of this car. This is a new car. He's probably looking at maybe $3,000 right there.
And I don't know
do anything else to the car.
I don't know because it's black. Yes. She scratched the car right here. You can see. Daddy, you shine the light.
What you think it is to fix this up? Because they're going to have to paint. Excuse me. They're going to have to paint this whole door and over here. You're probably looking at about $2,000. I don't know.
Dang. If I'm that husband, I'm like, you done got thousands coming up out my pocket because you got an issue with these neighbors. Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, he must really love that woman, because I'm telling you right now, that's that type of stuff where I'm like, now I'm going to be mad at the wife. And I'm like, you got thousands of dollars coming up out my pocket because you got an issue with these neighbors and you want to have some sort. That's one thing about it. I'm like, no, I couldn't do that. Honestly, yeah, it's like, more so she's racist to other races. No, I'm like, I can't be a part of no relationship like that. I'm like, you ain't gonna have it where I get tied into your racist behavior. So I'm like, you gonna have to either check that stuff. If not that, then I'm like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm like, I'm not gonna be a part of your racist rants or bursts and whatever you want to call it and things, where you just out here crashing out on people they ain't did nothing to. What? They parked in front of your house. Okay, and it's something where it's all like, it's still how you carry it, how you approach that situation. That's much more worse than some people parked out in front of your house. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like it should never be that serious to where you out here causing damage. Because at the end of the day, they ain't damaging by your house by parking in front of it. They ain't damaging the sidewalk, nothing. So it's like at the end of the day, if no damage isn't being done to you, you can't do damage to other people and then think it's gonna be okay. At the end of the day, it's not. They very well could have came outside with a gun. You threatening them with a gun. They very well could have had a gun. They could have came up to your house, guns blazing, shooting, all that stuff. So it's one of those things where it's like, people, think about your actions before you go through with them.
Yeah, this is what happened. You have the scratches here. They said this was done last night. He estimated this is going to be about 3,000. I can't honestly say it'll be that, but I'm sure it's going to be about 500. And then
That's still,
he told
that's
me
a
just
lot.
showed me this the top
500,
of his
3,000.
Corvette.
That's still money coming up
When
out
it's
my
going to be
pocket.
cracked. So
That's a
all
nice
in all,
Corvette too. My granddad had a
you have
Corvette
this
like
damage
that.
here, which another crack.
Is there any video?
It wasn't a glass top.
How do we know when
that
this
looked like
happened?
it could be like a glass
That's
top
my
to
thing.
it,
Yeah,
or it
says
could
all
just. I don't know. I
happened
can't tell. But
like
still,
last night.
regardless,
This stuff here happened just now. She came out.
them are nice Corvettes.
Yeah, they saw that. So I'm thinking 1013. She's gonna have to get some treatment. She's gonna continue to do this the way she was up there.
Send her to.
We don't know what's in the
If
home.
my thing is this, it's like, okay, if you guys can't send her to jail, send her to one of them like asylum type places and things where it's like, okay, yeah, she obviously can't go to jail, but it's like if you guys can see that she got some sort of mental issues, I'm like, it needs to either be one of, and that's just crazy. It's like, oh, we can't send her to jail because of COVID. 2021, I feel like late 2021, COVID was kind of lifted up a little bit. I'm like, yeah, for how she's carried on, y'all could have very well sent her to jail, and I feel like this stuff could have been eliminated. But anyways,
Right now, the husband said he's basically helpless against her right now. Best course of action is to go ahead and transport her.
I'm just trying to figure out when exactly this happened because this call says Sunday. Today's Thursday.
And that's a target.
So how are they saying that all these scratches happened today?
They said this one happened last night, and he said this is the one they caught her in the act of doing tonight.
I mean, I didn't see how she was. You know better than me.
Yeah, she's unstable. She needs some treatment.
I wasn't here for the incident that happened the other night, but I was told by the officers that were here about it. I mean, any reason why out of nowhere she decides to just come out and try and disturb the peace?
It's not about anyone here. Should be yelling at the stars. So she has her imagination. It's paranoid, delusional stuff.
And since then, you haven't, talked to her and, let her know, like, hey, you know what, maybe we should go and, just again, to get you checked again. Maybe there'd be another different,
Most of the time she's fine.
Right.
Just some of the times it's, high drama, and like I said, it has nothing to do with the neighbors here. It could be anything could set her off like that. So.
I don't live here. We're visiting here. This is the vehicle that I came in.
Okay.
And the thing
you came in with Miss Morris.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me exactly what was she doing when you came out and how y'all caught her?
When I came out, she was coming from the side of the car right here.
Okay.
And she was screaming and yelling, telling, saying about how she's going to kill people and all this right here, and calling her nigger gypsies and all this right here that we are, Muslim terrorists, all kind of names. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
But what I'm trying to tell you this right here, that is a felony. We all got some type of mental issues. You hear me? So if you want to say this, oh, she got mental issues, that's few. How many people went to jail today, especially black people that went to jail tonight in Savannah that has mental issues, but you still took them to jail? This person that sat here and
looked like she was trying to open up my damn door.
They go her fingerprints, all that right on the car, and look right here. And then she got this letter right here, this note right here, on here, and y'all still sitting there and say, oh, we're not going to do anything to her. But if it's the other way around, y'all, guess what? If there was a black person in there, y'all would have had about 20 cars here, and y'all would have kicked in the door and went in and drug her out and took her to jail and let the courts decide whether she got mental issues or not. You hear me? But y'all doing that. Y'all don't want to talk to nobody. Okay. We're going to go talk to her white husband, and we're going to see what he's got to say, because his word means more than everything. I don't care, but we all crazy. We all have some type of mental issue. But this is a felony. What I'm trying to tell you is
we all crazy. I like that.
Right now, so we can figure out the appropriate charge and
Let's
our
do
course
that.
of action.
Let's do that, because I don't appreciate being called a whore. That lady
Yes,
don't know me.
the threat. The
She
threat is
don't
right
know
there.
me.
Okay, let's go put our heads together and see what we're going to do. Because I think that she does need to be removed from around here. At the very least, that'll get them settled back down to where they can think rationally instead of just saying, oh, we believe in the white person over the black people, over what actually happened. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get on that.
She went in the house. She came out. Said, I'm going to kill you niggas. Said, I'm going to get my gun. I had 2 minor children sitting on my bed right there. She went in the house and came back out. He had to grab her and pull her back in the house. But when the police came, they said, oh, that's a misdemeanor.
Mr. Smith, could you show us where your wife is at in the house?
Yes.
He knows. He knows she going to jail. Or during the holidays, too.
I'm Officer Thomas with Savannah Police Department.
Good evening. Did you come to meet with me?
Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, can you go ahead and place your hands behind your back, ma'am?
Why?
You're under arrest for criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree.
What property did I damage in my property,
Vehicles,
sir?
ma'am, please don't resist
No,
us.
respect.
We're going to explain everything to
What property did I damage, Daniel?
Just go ahead and put your other hand.
Well, what property did I damage?
We'll let you know. Just put your other hand.
No, what did I?
It's like the thing is she's trying to recruit her husband to, you know, take her side. And it's like, nah, fam, you messed up. The thing is this. It's like, yeah, the husband was already out there offering to pay. And it's like, it's something where it's like, okay, she didn't do no damage. Then it's like, yeah, if the husband, he about like, I don't know what they're talking about. I ain't see my wife was inside the house the whole time. But it's like, nah, it's like as soon as that guy was talking about like, oh yeah, you know, I'm offering to pay the damage for the cars and all that stuff. That was pretty much case closed right there. So it's like not only you have a crowd of people saying that you damaged their cars, that you got your own husband saying it, and then it's like that there's proof there too. And it's like because my thing is this: who's gonna go out their way to damage their own car? Unless, yeah, they got issues themselves. I mean, yeah, that guy, he did say, you know, everybody kind of got like a little bit of mental issues and we all crazy. But ain't nobody that crazy enough to put hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of damage on their car, especially that Corvette. It's like, come on now. You guys sit down and think about things like that. Who's going to just go out their way and damage their car? Yeah, it's like you guys might live in a nice neighborhood. They most likely, you know, did the neighbors and stuff. They most likely got the money if they came down to it where they would fix their car. But it's like, who damages their car just to fix it up, though? That just don't make no sense to me. So
what?
And the note you put on the car, everything that adds up to criminal damage in the property in the 2nd degree.
I'm the owner of the house.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm waiting for the police because I just called the police.
Okay, we are the police you called.
Okay. No, you are the guy that...
And I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to ask you to place your hands behind your back, okay?
There, you're supposed to arrest them, not me, Daniel! Daniel, talk to me! What property
what are they getting arrested for? You can't. Okay, so you can't arrest nobody for the like I said. The only thing that you can do when somebody parks in front of your house, yes, it's like that is your property. You know can but you can call a tow truck and then get them to move the car and stuff. If that don't help, then it's like that. Yeah, you just gotta wait it out and things. But it's like you can't damage people's property and then think like, oh, okay, well they're gonna be the ones going to jail because they parked in front of my house. That don't make no sense. It's like my thing is this: you're gonna be a homeowner, be a smart homeowner, all right?
Can't park in front of my home. I own.
But you can't go out there and scratch the vehicle up, ma'am. They observed you doing it.
What vehicle did I scratch? That vehicle is not scratched. Since when they can come and park in front of my house? That's a life-threatening threat.
Lower your voice.
Sir, to tell me,
How is that a threat to park in front of somebody's house? If that's the case, I'm like, fam, I've been getting threatened since I was a kid.
Inside, that's a threat.
There was no threat made to you. Lower your voice.
Daniel, tell them that I didn't do anything. They can park in front of my house and threaten Errol.
Calm down. No one's threatening Errol.
They can't park. You're not here telling me that inside they can't park.
They can park anywhere. It's a public street.
Not in front of my house. I own. How can that be a public street?
It's a public street.
Why aren't you just telling me it's a public street, the home I bought?
What?
This home I bought, they can't park from that space to that space and threaten me.
I'm like, I guess, yeah, take it up with the city and see if you can buy that part of the street then. But it's like, I highly doubt the city's gonna be all like, oh yeah, we're gonna sell you 50 to 100 feet worth of street just so people won't park in front of your house. It's like the paperwork and all that different type of stuff you gotta go through for that. They gonna be like, ma'am, if you don't want people to park in front of your house, get a car, park in front of your own house so they can't park there. I'm saying, it's like at the end of the day, it's like the thing is this. I ain't gonna say that the husband's buddy, but the wife. I'm like, if you got time to go out there and scratch up people's car, you ain't worried about the consequences and the damages and the money and all that stuff, that I assume that you're all like, oh, I got money. You guys look like you live in a nice house too. So it's like, yeah, go out there. You can get you a small little Honda and park it in front of the house, and you ain't ever gotta worry about them people parking out in front. But it looked like the cars went alongside. Their house looked like the wall ends there, and it looked like cars were still going further down the street. So yeah, that's something where I'm like, nah. nah, ma'am, you messed up on this one.
47.
When is the car scratched? The car is scratched nowhere. Who touched the car?
I don't know.
Oh, then say that. Which car, sir, did we scratch? We scratched no vehicle. You look at me.
Let's go this way, man. Hold on, man. Let me get you in there the right way. Okay.
You're making a
turn to
mistake,
your left.
sir. That car is not touched anywhere.
It's damaged.
That
And
vehicle?
they observed you scratching it, ma'am.
No. It's
Watch your head,
no
watch
one
your
that
head.
scratched it themselves.
47 to the 46.
Bet she won't do that no more.
Yes, sir. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything logged in, and then I'll get CRN cars drawn up. The charge, because the damage exceeds $500, and you have witnesses who observe her do it. That's why the charge is criminal damage in the property in the 2nd degree. We're going to see if we can take her to Memorial and see if she can get some kind of emergency treatment or at least an evaluation, so we can figure out what's going on. And that's where she's going at. But I'll get you everything further that I need for you to know. I'm just going to go ahead and get some odds and ends tied up with this call.
All right.
Sir.
I just said, please, sir, I need to kiss him.
That's up. The
Please.
husband gotta go through
Please,
that.
just to kiss him, and then I should have no heart attack. Please.
You're not gonna have a heart attack.
Can't park in front of private property every night.
It's not private property. They can't park in your driveway. That's illegal.
Yeah.
But as long as they park
They came in,
on the
my
sidewalk.
driveway. That's why I knocked them away yesterday. You know, kicked them away from my driveway.
Okay, now I ain't never had to worry about nobody doing no stuff like that. It's like that's something that it's like again, if you're cool with that neighbor, that's when you ask if I can park in your driveway. Now, yeah, maybe the husband is cool with them, and then they but it's like, okay, I just don't think that they would do no stuff like that though. It's like that looks like a decent sized neighborhood where everybody got enough space to park in the streets, driveways, garages, all that stuff. So yeah, that's something where it's like, no, yeah, she just didn't like the idea of people parked in front of her house, and it's like, ma'am, again, yeah, it's a public street. You know, if you own that part of the street, then okay. But if not, then it's like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, yeah, you can't do anything about it. You know, it's like, I guess just to, because I know that, yeah, it's like, that's how some streets are set up where it's like, yeah, there's that public street and then people just park there and stuff. But yeah, it's like, if, overall though, it's like, yeah, you know, if it ain't like private property and things like because it's like, yeah, areas like that ain't usually don't have like no privacy besides like, yeah, where the driveway, starts at. And then from where the house, like, or the backyard and things where it ends at, that's all the private property that you got, that distance and things. And then, of course, like, you know, the sides and all that stuff. But if not, like, yeah, if you live, like, by yourself, now, yeah, it's one thing if, like, okay, let's say that's the only house on that street and things, you own that whole area, and then, yeah, then it's like if they park there, then that's what would count as cars being parked in private property. But, yeah, it's like you can't, you know, own a street, like, unless, yeah, you go through the city and you buy that whole street, then it's like that at that point that all the cars is gonna have to get up, I guess, besides yours. But it's like, you think all the neighbors is gonna be up for that? No, they ain't gonna be trying to, like, oh, let me rearrange my cars and stuff just so I could accommodate this woman.
And they came again tonight.
people parking on the drive right here on the roadway. That's not illegal.
It's illegal to come inside my driveway, right?
They didn't come inside the
Yes,
driveway.
they did. Yeah, last night and the night before.
No, because it's not illegal. Just how I'm parked here
It
in
is
their
illegal
house,
to come
it's
inside my
not parked.
driveway.
Nobody was in your driveway. Ma'am, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
How can you say no one is here? When they were here in the driveway last night and the night before. 5 vehicles, sir. 5 vehicles.
Like, I'm done with this.
You have to take my report. I need you to write what I called you for. Please. Officer, please write what I called you for.
No, because it's not illegal to park
It's
on the
illegal
roadway.
to park in my driveway. They parked last night and the night
She
before.
started saying that, and so that cop said that. And it's like, ma'am, okay, now you're changing your story. Now, at first it went from they were parking out on the street to now they park it in your driveway. Why not just say, my thing is this, if that's the case, then you would have taken pictures, you would have recorded videos showing that it's like, okay, this ain't my car, and they parked in my driveway. And so it's like, you have your evidence, show it to the cops, and then it's like, I guess, like, I don't know, cops, they might come out there and just be all like, yeah, you know, you can't park in front of a person's driveway anymore. They give them a warning, I guess I don't know if it's a reoccurring thing, then maybe they might be able to, if you trespass them, and if they do it again, then it's like, it's like, oh yeah, you're going to jail from trespassing on private property. That's how that situation would go down, all right? But it's like, you can't trespass people on a public street, so.
Nobody parks in your driveway.
Were you here last night?
Do you have evidence?
Yes!
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I took pictures of all 5 vehicles. Sir?
She said both her vehicles? So it's your own cars that's parked in the driveway.
And Benadryl because of asthma, please. I can't breathe.
Why didn't you take them?
She can't breathe with a window wide open.
What do you mean you can't breathe?
I can't breathe right now. Please tell him.
You're breathing right now, right?
I can't breathe right now.
She just breathed.
1 bottle of water and Benadryl, please.
You're fine.
This woman is weird.
What's your...
Yeah, that entitlement, man. This is where the entitlement will lead you. Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Will someone listen to me so they can write my report as to what happened?
Yeah, I mean, they can talk to them, but like I said...
But why didn't you write what I'm telling you?
Hold on. No, because I know you called earlier about the vehicles being parked there.
Correct.
Yes. So, nobody was parked in the driveway, ma'am. Everybody was on the road.
I understand, but you need to write what I called 911 for. And what I called is for the last 3 nights. They're coming in my driveway. So tonight they made the turn. I said, get out of my driveway. Don't park here.
But
And the
nobody was parked there.
derogatory language,
Nobody was parked there tonight, though.
when you came, nobody was parked.
Right,
When
and,
you
and that's
were
when you
there-
called. You called because somebody was parked there, but nobody was parked there.
No. I called because somebody was parked in my driveway. When I told them, they moved back. They parked on the side. And
Look
they
how
told me,
whoever that
"I'm
is,
gonna
they just
write my
like, nah,
report."
I ain't going out
No,
there
ma'am,
just
because
yet.
That's not a crime.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
Yes, I got pushed and punched in front of my house. I am traumatized. My son is crying at home because 20 black people came and attacked me in front of my house, sir.
Also have to go by the fact that she has an injury on her head.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So
At some point she had to have been struck her head.
Yes, thank you. And this is what I told the officers. That's why I called 911, and they disrespectfully.
I'm like, okay, but it's like, you can't go out. My thing is this. It ain't like, I ain't never seen that before where it's like, okay, somebody parks out in front of your house and it's like, hey, you can't park there. They just walk up and just like, punch you in the, no, that don't happen. Stuff like that don't work like that. So it's just, the thing is this, all right. I don't know, because I feel like people are like, oh, you just taking their sides because they black. No, it could be anybody. My thing is this. I ain't never heard no stuff like that before. But usually, in most cases, when a person is provoked, talking about the situation, what happened to them people's cars, I think if a person is mad enough and that you threatening them and all this other stuff, you gonna catch a 1 piece across the forehead, all right? So don't be surprised if you do, and it's like, you can't be out there damaging people's cars and stuff. So I mean, if they did just walk up and punch you, then that should have been what you were calling the cops for. It's like, hey, these people assaulted me for no reason. I told them to you can't park in front of my house, and then they just walked up and punched me in the head and stuff. But it's like, okay, my thing is this: if that's not the case, why'd they punch you in the head? You did something to them, but anyway.
Everything I said, please let me finish,
but
sir.
when I got on scene, she was nowhere to be found.
This
She was
is
inside the
racial.
home.
They hit me, they pushed me, and I can't breathe.
You have to take the precaution.
Still have to take it.
Yeah.
Sir,
All right, let's go. We're going to the hospital.
hold on, sir.
He doesn't care. Let's go.
Thank you. I'm at home. I live in a 2-floor house. I'm homeowner, and the neighbor that I had in property where I live, he wasn't there anymore. So a bunch of people looking like gypsy, I can't call them black, but like gypsy, stopped by my home for 3 nights in a row around the evening. And they would just park their vehicles, about 7 of them.
No, ma'am, he's asking about the injuries you say you had.
That's right, but he's the doctor needs to know.
The doctor doesn't care
trauma.
about
I know,
the
it's like he
situation.
can't do
He cares about
nothing.
the injuries.
The injury, how it came to the injury. So they parked in front of my house for 3 nights, and I kept telling them, you can't park in front of my home because this is private property. I am the homeowner. You can only park in front of the person you're visiting. and pardon my English if I can explain, get the f in, who's asking you? I said, sir, you can't say that. So I asked them politely to remove their vehicles from my driveway, and 2 nights ago, and tonight they didn't want to do it, so the guy came and pushed the door inside and hit me on my head. And I almost fell down like this and pulled my shirt and removed this button from my shirt. And he's very big, bigger than this officer, and white and black looking. And the woman was screaming, who the f is asking me? Is asking me type of English. She's a gypsy. This is not America I live in, or I'm used to living. And I told them this
what
is
America
worse
are you
than
used to
racial.
living
Whoever
in?
you people are, to me, you're Muslim terrorists. Because if you were black or Asian or Spanish, you would understand that this is not your home for you to park in front of my house.
It's like, ma'am, how did you get the, what is it, a cut? How did you get
and then
that?
the guy said, you know what, I'm just going to kill your husband too. I said, are you f***ing sick? And I pushed the door, and then my husband came downstairs. He's United States Army for 30
He's just
years
listening
in the
to it.
Army. He's retired now. And he couldn't believe his eyes or ears what he's hearing. And that's what I'm trying to tell this officer, and he doesn't care. In simple English, does not care. I've been assaulted tonight, and he, as an officer,
He's checking notifications. Oh no, I thought that was a phone for a second.
Hold on 1 second, okay? Shell.
Oh, it is his
You're
phone.
not having an allergic reaction. Another thing that I can say is your pupils are kind of really small, so I don't know if you've been drinking earlier or something, or you took something. I'm not saying, huh?
I got assaulted.
Well, that could be, okay, the reaction from the adrenaline. Okay.
Reaction from head
She definitely
injury.
was drinking.
But not traumatic brain injury.
Probably ran
Yes,
into
it
a
is
wall in
very
her house or
traumatic.
something.
All right, love.
A big black man hitting me, it is traumatic. And it is racial.
And it's gonna be very scary.
It is non-American.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Not American.
After being medically cleared, the woman was charged with criminal damage to property and simple assault. However, the arrest report did not clearly specify the reason for the simple assault charge. Share your thoughts below and remember to like and subscribe for more videos.
Father catches a felony after his son comes home wearing makeup. What? I don't. All right. I mean, I guess. But anyways, yeah. That's you know, that's just something. There's like would be each other's cookie. Yeah. I like there's somebody said that in the comments. There's like without the wife there, I think the husband and neighbors would be at each other's cookouts. Yeah, because the husband seems more reasonable than the wife. Wife's trying to get that husband caught up. Husband, he's just trying to like, you know, just live out his life, just being peaceful and stuff. And yeah, it's like, you know, you got people like that on your side. It's just, you know, it's yeah, it could be pretty messed up and things. But anyways, yeah, I'm like, you know, to any and everybody out there, don't act like that woman, because I'm like, all that's just gonna do is end up getting you arrested. So, but anyways, make sure if you guys haven't though, go subscribe to Body Cam Edition for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.